Hi Marco.
Hi James.
How's the injury situation? Is it still just Iwobi and Sessegnon out?
Alex is back in contention to the game. Last week he had some training sessions with us, and this week throughout the week he's been working with ourselves. It's been a good week for him. He's going to be back in contention. Joaquin Anderson is going to be out, as you know, and Sessegnon still out. All the other players, they are going to be available for the game.
Iwobi back, is it a big boost, isn't it? You've missed him.
100% sure. 100% sure. He's a big player for us. Definitely is one of the players. Okay, he's very versatile, can play in many different positions, but he's also a player that can add that extra quality in the decision making and his vision, his capacities, his physical aspect as well. In all aspects of the game, he's a key player for us, and he did show it again this season. And he's a boost, definitely is a boost.
How are the players feeling after the Bournemouth defeat? It would have hurt. It would be easy for them to feel flat and for that to filter into the Wolves game. How do you prevent that?
We cannot be flat. We cannot be flat. We don't have space to be flat at this level. Everything that outcome from the game was difficult for us. Clear again that we deserve much more. We played a very good first half, and the game was completely under control. And after 11 against them, even more, and just showed that at this level that we are, emotional balance is always a key part on it. We were not so strong like we should in one individual moment in terms of emotional balance, because it was the game in the direction, because we were performing well, we were on the front foot, we were the best team until that moment, definitely. Of course, we didn't score again, and two crossbar balls, the big chance from Rodrigo, all these things came against us and not in our direction. As you expected, it was a disappointing afternoon for us. The frustration was there, 100% sure, but you don't have other way if not reacted. No chance. And from the first session of the week, we have been a good week for us. The players, they wanted to bounce back, definitely, and they have been showing that, and we are positive to the game. About being flat or not, we don't have, it's not even something that is in our mind. We can perform better or not, that is another thing, because you want to perform well. We know that if we perform well, we are going to be closer to win the football match, but to be flat, we don't have space in football, because you are going to be the first mistake for us. We don't have space to be flat, we don't have space to think about that Wolves is already relegated or not. We don't have, we have to look for ourselves and what we have to do different to win the football match.
And do you feel you can still secure European football, or has the group given up on that?
For me, it is clear. Last week, everything was under our control, depending from ourselves. Last week, clear, we depend from ourselves. Right now, it's not like it's gone, the chances, but they are gone. But the percentage is much smaller, and we have to be clear with it, and what we can do to try to win the football matches, and try to get 3 points and see what is going to happen after things that you can control about your opposition sides. The other teams, they are fighting for the same than us. Simple as that. We lost the chance to depend from ourselves. Now the only thing that we can do is to try to win our football matches and see what the others they are going to do.
If you can't secure European football, how important is it to finish the season on a high, repay the fans? I know it's not the next game.
It's always very important. It's always very important. It's always very important. We all want more and more, and my ambition to push this club forward every single time. And I'm always the first one to be disappointing, or the frustration I put always on myself. But I have to be the next day or straight away after the match to be the first one to push the players forward and to push this club forward. I think that this type of problems, they are much better than the problems that the club had in the past. We are all speaking here about a possible frustration to don't play European competitions, and imagine what we are talking the first time I arrived in the football club, or the first or second season. And they are completely different things, because we push the club for the level that is right now. Now we want more, we all want more. Let's prepare ourselves better to get the things. But yes, we want to finish on high. We have away game against Wolves, and of course after next week we can talk about Newcastle.
And are you still hungry to continue the project, to take Fulham to that next level?
Of course, we are preparing the next season with the football club. We have been having meetings. Of course, the final decision will come, and when it will come, we are going to know from myself and from the football club, but everything is being prepared for us.
Will that decision come before the Newcastle game? So potentially fans could give you.
I don't know when the decision will come. I don't know. It's a decision that we have to take. Of course, myself, I have to take, but when it's coming, I cannot tell you. I don't know. And let's see. Now we are focused in Wolves game, and after we'll see what's going to happen.
You're being linked with the Benfica job as well. Would a return to Portugal tempt you?
I don't want to talk every single week about rumors and all that stuff, but of course I can mention the situation. Probably your colleagues, they are going to ask me the same as well, and and let's be clear about it, because and I think it is important to clarify. Definitely, I didn't have any offer from Benfica. I didn't have any conversation with Benfica, and it's important right now to tell the truth about that situation.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hi, Marco.
Hi.
And you complete the double over Wolves for the first time in Fulham's history.
Sorry, can you repeat?
You can complete the double over Wolves for
Okay.
the first time in your history. What have you made of Wolves? Because even though obviously they're going down, it's still a match and 3 points up for grabs.
As I mentioned before, I know that they are relegated, but if I go back and look for their last 6 home games, I saw them winning against Liverpool. I saw them winning against Villa. I saw them to get a great result against the team that is on the top of the table in Premier League, that is fighting to be champion. And if you think that even if they are or not relegated is going to be easy or not, when you have this type of games, players they want to show their capacities, individual point of view, them as a football club, and of course they want to win game as well. Is that feeling about last game of the season at home with your fans? You know what it represents as well. They want to finish in a different way. Everything is there, and that showed to me that is going to be a difficult game, and is another thing that I didn't know about the double over Wolves, and let's go for it. But the first thing you have, I'm not talking about to respect themselves, more to respect ourselves, what we have been doing and the things that we have, the points that they are there for us to fight for.
Leno plays the next game. It will be his 250th appearance
Who?
in the Premier League. Leno.
Okay.
148 for Fulham. He'll be the third German to reach that milestone. How has it been to have such an experienced player and leader in the dressing room in times of adversity?
He's being top for us. He's top professional, of course. I didn't know him before. Of course, as a goalkeeper, I knew him as his quality. A top goalkeeper, I knew him. Playing against him and following him. But as a person, I didn't. And of course, he's a top man, a top professional. One of you have many. We are fortunate on that. But one of the reasons why our environment inside the dressing room is good. Always great relationship with all the goalkeepers, with the goalkeeper coach, and we have changed already the goalkeeper coach, as you know. Always the first one to welcome the other goalkeepers that come for our football club in the best way possible, and he's a top professional, top goalkeeper, and of course it's always important to have players with this quality, players with the way he behaves himself, and the way he's always ready to do the right things and to improve even at his age.
You just touched on it previously there. We're sitting here with 2 games to go, still talking about Europe finishing as high as 7th. If he was to tell you this was the situation at the beginning of the season, would you be happy with where you are? The assessment of the season, you're happy?
I really believe that, okay, I don't know if any of you are Fulham fans inside this meeting room. I know that you aren't. But of course, for the majority of our fans, if you ask them in the beginning of the season, after a season when you sign 2 new players in the last day of the market, one we bought and the other we come on loan, and you are going to tell them that 3 games to go, like last week, we were able to be fighting for the European places, or you go for the last 2 games of the season, and the chances are not close yet. The majority of them, I believe that they are going to say yes, and that showed that we are in a position that we have to be pleased with it, but I'm the first one to be frustrated right now. For me, it's a mix of feelings, because I know that it's being a very difficult season for us, for many different aspects in terms of the availability of some players that we lost for a long period, probably players that have been key for us recently. The best example is Robinson, that is being so key for us the last 2-3 seasons, and with the problems in his knee and all that stuff, was not at all the season at his level. We are talking about our first and second player in terms of assists in open play moment. We are talking about a player that the last 2 seasons from a fullback in Premier League was the player with more assists in Premier League for 2 seasons in a row in open play moment. And of course we lost. I have to say and to praise Ryan Sessegnon for the season, in the way he played so far this season. We had almost one full season for different aspects just with one striker. You don't see many teams in Premier League just with one striker to face the demands of Premier League, and I keep going and going. It's not to find excuses, because I'm the first one saying that the majority of our fans, if you ask in the beginning of the season about that, and that you are going to keep in a chance to have or to reach European places, they are going to say yes. That is my feeling. Probably I'm wrong, but it's my feeling. And of course, many things they didn't go in our direction. And again, it's a moment for us, myself as a manager, and the report soon is going to be with our board, and of course for the football club to analyze the things, and of course to be ready for the next moments like this one that happened, for us to be ready for it.